Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Midweek War. Here to talk about Impact, and you know me. I'm Mad Mike. I'm the only one who watches Impact on the Mayhem Show, probably for good reason. Um, oh man, I'm not gonna lie. This week was a bit tough to get through. Not gonna lie. My word for this week is confusing. Confusing. I'll get to the reasons why. But so let's start off with some positive stuff, some good. My good for this week's show is Eli Drake. Eli Drake, I feel right now is the only dynamic character that TNA has. Um he had a segment today that was really great. I didn't watch the one night only pay per view because I'm not an idiot. I did that last year. They did absolutely nothing with the pay per view, so I wasn't going to do that again. But I heard Eli Drake and Tyrus are now a tag team, or at least a partnership of some sort. And they were on today, and Eli Drake interrupted some kind of interview prep or something like that, and grabbed a random stagehand, forced him to read a statement saying that the fans didn't deserve Eli Drake's voice. Like, they cheered when he got his voice taken away, then they chanted to have him back. It was actually really good. It reminded me a lot of like the kind of stuff that Stone Cold Steve Austin was first doing before he hit really big. And I gotta say, it was really great. I hope they actually do something with this. Next week they have Feast or Fired, or as they're calling it now, Race for the Case, which doesn't sound nearly as fun. I hope he gets the world title shot. I hope he eventually wins it. But yeah, I really like what he was doing. My bad for this week is the confusing tag team division. We had Decay versus DCC, two heel teams fighting each other, and we had the Hardys versus the Wolves, two face teams fighting each other. I don't know when exactly Decay turned face. If someone wants to tell me, that would be amazing. Unless DCC is the face, because when Rosemary came out later, she sure as hell was a heel. I can tell that. But yeah, it's just they don't have a large division to begin with, and you can't run Decay versus the Hardys again. You can't run Decay versus the Wolves again, and DCC is already kind of a joke. Like, James Storm did a promo. I had no idea what he was talking about. Like, it didn't make any sense at all. The only thing that made sense was Bram saying, "Hey, Decay left me for dead." That was back in October. I don't know. It's off-putting to me. My change this week. Oh, there'd be a lot I would change. One thing I would change is I want TNA wrestlers to use a little bit more logic. There's an opening segment between EC3 and Lashley. Apparently, Davey Richards cost EC3 the belt again. And Lashley's solution for this was to have a last man standing match. And if I'm EC3, I'm thinking, well, having a last man standing match with Lashley to make myself number one contender doesn't negate the fact that Davey Richards will probably still interfere in the title match. It just doesn't make any sense. None of it does. It doesn't seem like there are a few people on this show who are trying to do something. I can tell who they are. But a lot of people are just you can tell there's a little bit of poor planning going on in TNA. Because I mean, we haven't even seen the X Division in 2017 yet. Um, I know there was a match on the pay per view. I don't care honestly because that pay per view is still running because it's just one of those on demand ones that they don't do anything with. But let's get to some other stuff that happened in TNA. They announced that Brooke is returning. Okay. Uh, I mean, good for her. You know, another person getting a job. That's great. I don't know what exactly Brooke is going to bring to the table in the Knockouts division because she wasn't exactly the strongest wrestler in the world. And I think that's what TNA really needs right now is they need strong women's wrestlers. Like we need Allie to stop pretending not to be able to wrestle. We need I don't know. And this whole thing with Allie, hasn't Maria fired her like 18 times? Like why is Allie still the assistant? I really don't understand it. Because I like pieces of the story, but a lot of like you could chop it up week by week, show me each segment out of order, and I wouldn't know where they would be able to go. I miss the Hardy compound because Matt and Jeff, when they're in the impact zone and only in the impact zone, it's just Matt and Jeff. There's no creativity at all. It really it saps all the fun out of it. It does. It really does. Let's see. Well, they didn't say next week, but I assume soon we're gonna have a Monsters Ball match with Jade and Rosemary. Uh, okay, that's fine. It should be interesting. Jade complaining about Poison Mist in a cage match doesn't really ring true because there's no DQs in a cage match. But sure, whatever. There's the knockouts division is again very limited. By the way, we need to get rid of that word knockouts. Just call them women's wrestlers. WWE did it. You guys should do it too. Follow suit on this one. Honestly, there is one thing that was interesting. I don't know exactly where they're going with it yet. I'm willing to give it a chance because there's two very talented performers doing it. I'm not sure if any of you have seen the HBO movie Behind the Candelabra. It's about Liberace, you know, the guy who was at WrestleMania 1. And Aron Rex has shaved his beard off, going clean shaven, and is now dressing as Liberace, complete with a giant robe and rings all over his fingers. And Rockstar Spud is in a bright powder blue bellhop uniform introducing him. And Aron Rex is speaking with very effeminate affectations. It's an interesting gimmick. I think it could be a cool thing for him. He's been able to make a lot of different stuff work in WWE. I have no doubts that given the chance, he'll make this gimmick work too. And Rockstar Spud can make almost anything work too. I like these guys together. I think it's a good match for them. The commentators need to shut the fuck up. Yeah, they have to. If they want this gimmick to get over, Pope and Josh cannot laugh at the gimmick. They can't laugh. Boys, you gotta put it over. Even if you're just assholes about it, like Goldust in 1996, that's fine. Don't laugh at him. He's not trying to be funny. But yeah, that was definitely an interesting thing. I hope something cool comes from it. I don't know what else you can do with it, but I hope something good does come from it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for Impact this week. If I missed something, feel free to let me know. Hit me up at goodtimesatwrestlingmayhemshow.com. Hit me up at MadMike4883. As far as the rankings go, TNA is number 4. The wrestling, as always, was fine. Passable. Nothing really stood out, but nothing really was horrible either. Like, I don't know. It's just I'm sure they're probably in some sort of transition period. I'm not talking about Aron Rex anymore. But I don't know. It's really it's a tough slog. It's a tough slog. I mean, there's a reason I'm the only person on the show that watches Impact. All right, but if you think I'm wrong, please feel free to let me know. If you think I'm an idiot about anything relating to TNA and I have it completely wrong, please tell me exactly what I have wrong. Explain to me your views. Explain to me why you're enjoying Impact. Tell me even if you watch Impact. But yeah, hit me up at MadMike483. Hit up the hashtag MM at Mayhem Show. And yeah, so for Mad Mike, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been your Midweek War.